again.
But guys, if you can get a few screenshots too, like throughout it too, and send it to me at the end, I'll need it.
Sorry?
If you can send me a few screenshots too, like at the end, I'm going to need it for something. Yeah, so if you can take a few screenshots, yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Let's start. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Kazakhstan American Foreigners Program. Today we'll talk about the art of expression through music and writing with special guests Lashyn Zhanarbek and Ulana Zhussip. As always, we're so excited to have all of you. Thank you for joining us. My name is Sultanat. I am American Corner Nur-Sultan coordinator, and today I will be with you along with my colleague Tasan, who will be serving you behind the scene as a moderator. Now on the screen, you can see our contact information. Don't be shy to contact us if you have any questions or concerns. So what we will expect today, what we need to expect. We will have a session with 45 minutes of the session generally, of speakers session, and then we'll have 50 minutes of Q&A, a perfect time and opportunity to ask any question from our speakers. Stay tuned till the end and let's be active on the chat as we'll always be. Some of the rules, they are the same as always. For stable connection, turn off your microphone. And if you like to use it, just raise your hand and we will give you a chance to speak. If you have any questions, as I said before, you have a chance to ask them in a chat box also, or in the end. Don't be shy, be active, it's a rule. And the meeting is being recorded. And also, after you'll have a chance to look through the webinar. It will be available on our YouTube channel, and it's called Kazakhstan American Corners. You can see it right now on the screen. That's all from my side. Now I would like you to hand you over to our virtual English language fellow, UCS Department of State Program, Mr. August Garrissy. Hello, August. Welcome. We are so happy to have you here with us again.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone in Kazakhstan. Thank you, Sultanat, for the nice warm introduction. And yes, it's morning time here in Florida in the US right now. It looks pretty sunny out right now. It looks to be a good day. And I hope that everyone with us, all of our wonderful participants, also had a good day today. It's Friday evening, a little bit different day for us coming at you. So we appreciate you being with us here this Friday evening. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen and we can go ahead and begin. Okay. All right. Okay. Sultan, everything's good on your side?
Yes, it is.
All right. Thanks a lot. So again, today's session here, the art of expression through music and writing. And I have invited two very wonderful co-speakers along with me here, Ulana Zhussip and Lashyn Zhanarbek. Okay. So again, everybody just to let you know, just potentially your photograph may be taken and used for any kind of potential type of marketing or things for my English language programs, for the U.S. Embassy, or for any of our regional English language office programs as well. So for those of you that do not know me, maybe some of you already do know me, but I do believe we have some new people joining us this time for this webinar. So again, I am the English language fellow here for Nur-Sultan. Currently, I am working virtually. I hope to be back in Kazakhstan by the end of the summer for the next academic years. Some things that I do right now about me. So as the English language fellow here virtually, I teach at Eurasian National University in Nur-Sultan. I work with the Foreign Language Theory and Practice Department, as well as I work with many different teams across Kazakhstan through the English Access Micro Scholarship Program, another U.S. Department of State program providing English language education and also cultural enrichment, and as well as one of my most wonderful things I love to do is my many webinars that I do here with Sultanate through American Corner and Nur-Sultan. I am providing these webinars for you on a weekly basis. Okay. Formerly, I was an international English language teacher at NIS Kokshetau. So I used to live in Kazakhstan. For those of you that do not know me, I used to live in Kokshetau, and during the COVID era, I have come back to Florida. So I do have some other webinars coming up. I will get you more details. We'll post it through Instagram. We'll advertise upcoming webinars, but I will have another webinar next week that's going to focus on creating a productive homework and learning space. And then after that, to kick off for June, I actually will have a session through the brand new online teaching community. And that's actually something with British Council that's partnered with the Regional English Language Office here at Central Asia and my team. So we're working together with British Council. So on June 2nd, I will be doing that webinar. So I would actually take a week off here with American Corners, but I want to encourage everybody to do and join that one, as well as I'm going to have some CLIL workshops coming up in June, and as well as some pretty cool webinars focusing on Instagram. Okay, so English language learning through social media. So stay tuned for more details. Always keep checking back to American Corner Nur-Sultan's Instagram and social media for further details. Okay. And here's I just wanted to show a screenshot to let everybody know. So for those of us that are teachers that are joining us here tonight, if you haven't joined yet, please, I encourage you to go ahead and join the online teacher community. It's brand new. We just launched it during this month here. Kazakhstan has been added to this wonderful online site, and you can kind of see all the kind of some of the webinars that already had taken place and some of them that are coming up, including you can see the red arrow pointing to mine coming up here on June 2nd. Okay, so again, you do need to go to the link. We'll post that later in the chat. You can go to the link and you can be able to sign up for that webinar later. Okay. So today, I want to focus on a little bit about some of my backgrounds and my musical interests and my experience and how it's kind of shaped me as an international educator. And then I'll pass it over to my two wonderful co-speakers. And then at the end, we'll have a question and answer session. Okay, so Sultana, if you can go ahead and put the survey, I have a little survey for everybody. So all of our wonderful participants, there's many of us joining here this Friday night. And if you can just please complete the survey, just so we can get a little bit more information, which will help me and all of us at American Corner Nur-Sultan to be able to provide maybe more better type of programming or topics or things for some of our diverse background that we always get of all our participants. Okay, so here's a little bit. So let me go ahead and I want to hear from all of you first here about some of your feelings and thoughts about things regarding our topic. Okay, so in the chat, I would like for all of our participants to write, what kind of music do you like? Let's just kind of just build collectively. What is our interest as a group right now? Okay, so go ahead and put that into the chat. Feel free. You can list, you know, maybe one or two different types, maybe genres of music, things that you like to listen to. Okay, so let's take a look here, see what we see.
That's kind of interesting question. Like one of the common in the beginning of learning English, like what kind of music do you like? What kind of books do you read or something like that? Let's see. Blues, jazz, classical music, rap, rock.
Right.
Beautiful, nice. There is a lot of kind of music.
Right.
Jazz, pop, and K-pop.
Okay. I knew I would hear probably K-pop in there, definitely. I know how popular that is right now and throughout Kazakhstan, you know, BTS.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, jazz. I heard so jazz good because I'm going to be talking a little bit about some jazz too, based on my background as well and what I've done through my music. Great. And so I heard about pop and I heard about ballads and other types. So as we can see many different types here. Let me check again. See, we have, oh yeah, jazz. Yeah, I see more. I see a lot of people for hip hop too. Mentioned hip hop, rap. That is could be possibly my most favorite right now is possibly hip hop. I like to listen to some Russian and Kazakh hip hop artists. I'm always looking for new artists. So
Oh,
you guys
really?
can maybe share if you have anybody. Yeah, I'm always looking for new artists to listen to and follow. It's pretty cool. I like a lot of international type of music. So I got a couple other questions for everybody. Another one here is if you can put into one word or maybe like a short phrase the music that you put that you like, how does it make you feel? Okay, so if you guys can put that into the chat, how does that music that you mentioned, whether it's K-pop or rap or hip hop or jazz, how does that make you feel?
Okay, I like this question. And Riza already answered that relaxing and calm. Nice. Feel relaxed, said Sultan. Any
Relaxation.
other ideas? How does it make you feel? This kind of music that do you like? Inspired.
Okay, good. Inspiration, good. So, relaxation, inspiration, excellent.
Mhm. I see also their answers for the first question still. It's about
Okay.
jazz. Cool. So Dana, how does jazz make you feel? Jazz and blues as a background music during work. Okay, sounds good. And how does it make you feel during the work? Is it make you relaxed?
Good, good. So see, so inspiration, that was one of the keys. So I'm looking for inspiration, relaxation, maybe for help us to think. You mentioned like in the background, kind of maybe like at work or while we're studying, while we're walking, while we're doing other things in life. So, there are a lot of reasons and purposes and things of how music makes us feel. And there's a close kind of relationship between that. Now, I'm going to kind of move forward because I had a couple other questions here.
Okay.
Um, Kind of interesting here to just hear. So very simply, our audience and participants, if you can just put a plus for yes or a minus for no. Have you ever played a musical instrument before? Any kind of musical instrument? Have you played it before? So yes or no, you can put pluses or minuses in the chat and we can see how many we got here.
I will answer also. I said
Okay.
plus.
Yeah, feel free. Go ahead. You can put it in there. It looks kind of mixed so far here, pluses and minuses. It looks pretty kind of even here. It looks like we got like 50-50 almost.
Yeah, it's 50-50. Let me count. 1, 2, 3 pluses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minuses. Another plus, please. Another yes. It should be 50-50.
All right.
It's just a joke, but it will be interesting. No, it's another. No.
So we got a mixed group. So we definitely have a mixed group kind of for our backgrounds and interests and experiences with music. Okay. So let me kind of go forward and I'm going to kind of mention a little bit about what I've done before I pass it over to my experienced musician. And also later, we're going to hear also about writing as well too. Okay. So just a little bit about me. You guys, for those of you that have been following me other weeks, you may have known that I mentioned before about my musical background. Originally, my original discipline in the university was in music. Okay. And I was actually like vocal performance, a singing uh, performance major in the university. And I did that for a couple of years before I ultimately switched to business. And then I switched to teaching. So I'm from music to business to teaching. But so everything started back in the sixth grade with the trumpet. You can see that is the original trumpet that I got in sixth grade. That in my picture, you can see that is the same trumpet. I've had it like my whole life. And I always will. It's very special to me because of how it made me feel and what it means to me through my musical experience. I played in jazz bands, concert bands, orchestras, including in the 11th grade. I actually got the opportunity to play alongside Maynard Ferguson, which is an incredible experience. He is one of the best, most famous worldwide trumpeters, jazz band musicians, jazz band leaders. He's been a leader of many bands. many of the most famous musician names that you may have heard of, if you are into like jazz or other type of instrumental music, he has probably led and worked with every single one of those that you could possibly think of. And some of the other experiences that I have is you can see down the corner a French horn. I used to play French horn as well too for like in orchestral music because they don't usually have trumpet. Like if you go to like an opera, you don't usually hear a trumpet. So I also did French horn as well too for some of the more kind of more calm type of music that I used to play. But it was a really important aspect of my life. And then, for my vocal career, I started this actually back when I was in high school in 10th grade, with just my regular kind of high school choir. I did do some dramas, like some plays that the school offered, kind of some singing, some performance in these drama plays, as well as like some a cappella groups as well too. Now, after my 2 to 3 years that I spent, through these different like vocal performing groups and doing solo performances, it really was inspirational to me. And looking back now, even though that I didn't decide to stay with music and I switched into other professions and careers, the one thing I got to say that really it helped me so much that I use now as an international English teacher is that it helped to revive me and get me over some of my stage fright. It really helped me to be able to speak in front of groups. Being a musician really takes a lot of courage, but sometimes that courage can be overcome through passion and through inspiration and through just your interest in being able to be a performer and to do music because of how it makes you feel, which like some of you described, it can be inspirational. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel calm. It helps you to think better. It helps you to get away from things. Okay. So this is a little bit about my background. And I want to go over now and go ahead and turn it over to my co-speaker, Lashyn. Okay, so Lashyn, if you are all set here. All right. Hey, Lashyn.
Hello, everyone.
So
Hello,
I just want to mention that. So Lashyn, kind of how I know Lashyn. So she's actually has been one of my students at Eurasian National University. So I've worked with her during this whole past academic year. I've had that pleasure, and I've learned a lot about her. And she is really just an incredible musician. I get inspiration from just her and the things that she does, and I know that she's really passionate. And I'm looking forward to her sharing some of that interest with all of you. Okay, thanks, Lashyn.
So, hello, guys, again. Thank you for joining us. I'm really glad to see you guys and hope you guys all doing well. Okay, so let's start.
Lashyn, let's make a full screen, please.
Yes, I'm trying to do it. Oh, not yes. Okay, so let's start first. Let me introduce myself. My name is Lashyn Zhanarbek. I'm Mongolian Kazakh. I was born in Mongolia and came to Kazakhstan 3 years ago. Since 2018, I'm living in Astana. And I'm a musician, songwriter, composer, and third course of student in Eurasian National University. So I'm really glad to share my experience and talk about the world of music. So in my speech, I'm going to ask questions each part of my speech. So you can comment your answer on the comment section and share with your story. Thank you. Let's start. My first question. Do you have a fear of singing or speaking in front of people? If not, how did you deal with it? You can write on a comment or we can discuss it later after my speech.
Good question. Yeah, Lashyn. Yeah, so yeah, maybe I mean, you, participants, you can just put into the chat now if you do have a fear of singing or speaking in front of people, or if you actually enjoy it, or if you have a fear of it. Maybe you can just put maybe like a plus if you do have like a fear, maybe a minus if you do not have a fear of singing or speaking in front of people.
Okay, so let me share about my experience. It will be kind of answer of this question. Okay, so when I was born, my family was so glad because this was the moment of joining a new member to the family band. My grandparents were composers, singers, and my father can play on an accordion, and my mother can play on a piano. So when I was born, everyone expected another musician. However, it took me so long to realize what music is. I was so shy little girl who is scared of singing in front of people. I remember whenever guests came to our house, our family band performed for them and they sing together. Our parents love hospitality, so they invite people as a guest a lot. So my father plays on accordion, and my brother plays on a Kazakh traditional instrument, dombura, and they sing together. And whenever they invite me to join, I always used to say, no, I'm shy. I don't want it. The reason why I always reject was I was not ready to accept my own voice. I was ashamed of my own voice. I hated it. So I was shy, so I couldn't join them. Yes. So I always used to compare myself with others, and thought everyone may laugh at me if I sing. Actually, in fact, it was my voice was weird. I had no diapason, vibration. I did not used to understand what rhythm is, what tonality is. At that time, the only person who said, I love your voice was my father. He was like, yes, you are hurting my ear. Anyway, I love your voice. Keep singing when I'm not at home. So he inspired me to sing, perform in front of others. He always invited me to uh, go to concerts, TV shows together. And as time flies, I joined to my family band and sing with them. The compliments I heard from guests gave me a motivation to perform more. Yes. And as time flies, I got used to it. And whenever guests came to our house, I was like, do you want me to sing for you? I started saying like that. This is how I faced my fear of singing in front of others. So my second question for you guys. Do you think talent is important in music? Do you think talent is it important? What talent is it? How do you understand the talent? Okay, so actually, yes, I mentioned that I was shy and I couldn't sing. I didn't even know what music is and what genre of music do I like. So uh, actually, when I was 10 years old, my father bought me a piano on my birthday. Actually, it was my dream to have a piano on my own. So I was like, the first few months, I was like, thank you, Daddy. I love it. It was my dream. I will be a best pianist in the world. But after few months, I was like, Father, what if we sell our piano and buy bicycle instead? My father felt a little bit bad. He was offended because he thought he could buy the dream of mine, my piano, and I gave up on it easily. So I felt a little bit ashamed and started teaching piano for myself because in our small village there was no individual teacher, and I had no time to have additional piano classes. So I started looking through the internet, searching for online tutorials, online piano lessons. And for 2 months, I could play Happy Birthday song. Actually, it is very easy. However, I felt like I'm succeed. It was the progress. And I could love the voice I made on the piano. This is how I started playing on piano. After that, I learned more from the online videos through YouTube, and then I started chatting with another musicians and could find pianist friends, and we shared our experience. And that's how I started playing on instruments. Later that, I learned playing on guitar, drum, just like that. And right now, I'm planning to learn more instruments on my own. So the point I'm going to tell is you don't know how talented you are until you see the progress. In the beginning, no one will know how talented they are until they see the best in themselves. And let me talk about my musical bands and studio. After I learned playing on several instruments and how to sing, I joined to musical bands and studio, and working with another musicians. I found from our university and through Instagram by online. My first musical band was via Eurasia. It was in my university. It was a national university. I could find another instrumentalists, guitarists, bass, pianists, and we joined together and created musical bands. And we performed for several concerts, and we performed for in the street. It was really fun with them. And after that, ES Studio invited me to join them. It's like kind of recording studio who makes their own songs and like that. And after that, I started working professionally. I started writing my own songs. I started making beats, and I started controlling instruments like that. I started professionally. Right now, I'm still working with a studio, and we are creating, performing in the world of music. And my third question, which one is more important to you, lyrics or music? Actually, whenever you hear a music, whenever you listen to a music, first, which one is important to you? Do you focus on the lyrics or music? You can write on the comment. Okay. When I was younger, I used to think the only purpose of listening to music is to feel happy and joyful. And I still think so. Music is for making people calm, happy, joyful. Why not? Yeah. Whenever I listen to a new music, my first impression toward that music will be depend on its music and motif. Yeah. So there's a good saying by Frank Ocean. When you are sad, you focus on the lyrics, but when you are happy, you focus on the music. And what do you think about this saying? How do you understand it? Do you agree with it? Actually, music never hurts people, but words may. But this song is the thing which combines two of them, lyrics and music. So both of them are very important. It may make people sad, it may make people happy. It depends one of them. So they both are very important for people's feelings. So let me talk about my first song, Bulmar, and the progress of how I made this song. Okay, when I composed my first song, Bulmar, I spent 2 months to create that music and beats. Then a final step was writing the lyrics. And mastering, mixing, penning, they are all crucial things to make listeners engaged. So you should control all of them, all of the instruments. Like everyone has different paths, right? Some people love songs which is played by guitars. Some people love more dubsteps, like 88 kicks, like that. And it was a moment I'm doing kind of experiments on my in my studio with FL Studio program, and then I sit and played some chords, and I find it interesting, and I continued working on it. So so this is how it is started. I liked the beat, and I thought I should finish this one. And I shared this beat with my friends. They listened to it and they also liked it. So it took me 2 months to work on this beat. After finishing the beat, I thought I should write lyrics on it. Actually, writing lyrics was really difficult for me, but I wanted to write something that could inspire people. I wanted to inspire people. So I wanted to write about my first experience of how I came to the world of music. So actually the word Bulmite means no, or not allowed. So in this song, I wrote this song to give motivation to the people who is ashamed, also who is shy, who wants bigger, who wants to open up themselves. Finally, I could finish the lyrics, and some of my friends helped me to correct some words. And this is how my first song created. You can listen to it on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Apple Music, on Spotify. Yes, and let me perform this song for you guys with my guitar. This song is in Kazakh language. Кейде көңіл күйге керек жайғаным мағынасы сен, себебі шаршадық сөздердің бәрінен тең. Кейде бұл әлемде бәрі мазасыз әттең, қолымда күш болса ғарышқа ұшып кетермін. Бірақ неге болмайды дейді болмайды, ештеңеге көңілі толмайды. Everything's gonna be alright. Болмайды дейді болмайды, айтшы неге көңілі толмайды. Анам анау деме, мені шексеме, көптің бірі болуы бөлекше. Бұл келеді жырдан, Деген сөздерден қорқам, мейлі қарсы бола берсін ортам, арбамы басартпаймын талқан таста, тыйымдарды уайымдарды миымдағы, қиындарды жеткізбейтін қиылдағы, онсыздады тыйылмайды, қайда қайда шығудан ұйылмайды. Болмайды дейді болмайды, ештеңеге көңілі толмайды. Білем бәрі сөз бірақ сен, everything is gonna be alright. Болмайды дейді болмайды, айтшы неге көңілі толмайды. Анау мынау деме, мені шектеме, көптің бәрі болуы оңай. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for your attention. And you can post your answers on the comment. I'm looking forward to read your comments and your answers.
All right. Wow. Well, yeah, absolutely. Lashyn, absolutely incredible. Really, that was such a, we know we got our Friday night performance here going on. So that was really nice. I think maybe the participants were not expecting live entertainment like that. So, hey, we always look to inspire and surprise here in American Corners Nur-Sultan. You never know what you're going to get. Awesome. Really nice. So thank you, Lashyn, for that wonderful music performance and for all that inspiration for your experience in music. So now I'm going to have our next co-speaker here, Ulana Zhussip. She's going to go ahead and speak about her experience with a very incredible program that she was a part of, that was an exchange program for in the US for this international writing program. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here for Ulana, and she's going to be talking and telling everybody about this experience. Just to let everybody know, so Ulana, I know she was actually one of my former students at Nish Kokshetau. So that is how I know Ulana, and she's absolutely an incredible writer. Absolutely incredible writer. So I'm really proud of her and for what she's accomplished and done. And I will let her tell you all about it here. Okay. One moment. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. August.
Okay.
So first of all, I want to ask everyone, do you know what is fan fiction? For those who don't know, it's like a short stories written by fans of some movies and books or shows and etc. So my topic of today's presentation is Iowa writing program Between the Lines. Shortly about me. Can you show the next slide, please? Yeah. So I'm an 11th grade student in Nazarbayev Structural School of Kokshetau. I am a writer, and now I'm using my skills in my project, Yidu Macaroni, in Instagram. It's like a page, a magazine, where I write articles about science and other topics. I am also a volleyball player, and in future I am planning to study computer science. So yeah, that's all. Next, firstly, I want to share a story of how did I know about this program. So when I was in 10th grade a year ago, Mr. August, who was my teacher back then, came up to me and my classmate, and he offered us to participate in this competition. And at first, when we were reading rules of the contest in the class, we were so excited, like, wow, we can go to USA just for writing a story. But then we found out that the deadline was in a week. And we had to write a story for about 6 or 8 pages long. And there were also some supplemental essays, like short questions that you should answer. And this was very tough. However, the main struggle for me was that I don't know how to write creative writing, actually, because I know how to writing task 1 on IELTS exam. I know the structure of opinion essay because I learned how to do that. But I do not know how to describe my what is going on around me, and I did not know how to express my feelings and emotions. So this was the struggle for me. Luckily, I had an experience in writing fan fiction. I actually write some stories about Naruto anime. Maybe you heard about it. And here I included the piece of my writing that I sent to this competition and luckily got admitted. It is called Januar, and in Kazakh language, Januar means animal, and Jan means soul. So it is a story about a zookeeper who had schizophrenia, but the main idea was not about the mental illness of the main character, but about the animals that are kept in the zoos in awful conditions. So I wanted to show the problem of that this is not appropriate and must be cancelled. I also want to mention that this program is actually very competitive. As far as I know, in 2020, there were about 20 people from Kazakhstan, and I was the only one who was admitted from our country. So it is a very competitive competition. Yeah. The next slide, please. So I learned a lot from this program because unfortunately, as you can see, the program was held online, but it wasn't a stumbling block for us to get together with other participants because Iowa Between the Lines, they made a Facebook group where they asked us to share our stories and our what are we what who we are, and after that we were very close to each other. We even created a WhatsApp group to talk to other participants, and I remember how we organized a Zoom meeting with the sponsors of Iowa Between the Lines to ask them to make the program offline. But unfortunately this didn't happen. However, I still received a lot of valuable knowledge. For example, with I learned how to write poems. I was always afraid of poems because I don't know how to make a rhyme. But the teachers of the program forced me to try it, and I even made a video for this poem. And this was like a workshop for the digital storytelling, which was very valuable for me, I think. Then we also had a meeting with the director of cultural development of United States, and she taught us to write haikus. So haikus are a part of Japanese culture, and I didn't expect the USA program will teach us to do that. However, it was so knowledgeable for me and so exciting that I then wrote 11 haikus for each of my family members, and they really loved them. So the next one, please. Yeah, it is a little bit off topic, but for people who are also writers as me, you really recommend this website called Write the World. There are a lot of writing prompts. If you don't have inspiration, you can use them. Also, there are some competitions for young writers where you can try yourself and talk to other participants. Also, there are groups and workshops where you can gain a lot of knowledge and broaden your horizon. So this is very valuable one. Yeah. So I mentioned about the workshops that we had during the program, but the most valuable experience for me was meeting writers of my age, but from other countries. I remember the day when we were given a home task to write a story. And the topic was you could choose on your own the topic that you're going to write. However, you should start it from the one sentence called "It's my fault I didn't think beyond the borders." It was same for everyone, but every single participant wrote about his own perspective. So I remember this boy from Pakistan who wrote about the war in his country. I remember the girl from Lebanon who wrote about the history of her family and how she went through some illness, as far as I remember. And a boy from Georgia, he wrote about Minecraft, like a game, Minecraft. So each person had different views, and each had his own opinion of the same thing. So it was a very interesting to know it. As for me, I wrote about domestic violence, and I wrote from the perspective of a woman from Kazakhstan who went through it. And I can actually send the link to this piece of writing if you're interested in the chat. So honestly, it was a very terrifying story when I was reading it. And after that, I became so emotional that I had the nightmares for like 2 days. And was the moment that when I understand that writing can really change you. It can change the perspective, the way you think. It can change your opinion of on some things. It can change how you understand the world and what is happening around you. So I learned during this program, I learned how to express myself. I learned how to tell people about the problems that concern me. And it's not, if something really concerns you, you cannot just make a statistics of the problem, but you can make a story which can make them super emotional. And this is the power of writing, in my opinion. So yeah, the next slide, please. At the end of the program, we received such certificates and also a book. And on each page, there was a photo of the participant and a piece of writing he or she made during the program. And here's my page and my picture of jumping. And the story I wrote was The Wind. And I just described how I love wind and how I appreciate this kind of weather. So even though it can sound awkward and odd, it was a part of expressing myself. So I find writing very valuable and important for every person. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ulana. Here, let me go ahead and stop sharing here for a moment.
Okay. So yeah, I shared the link for the story. Someone is interested.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. I see the link is in the chat. So that way there is for Google Doc for sharing the file, okay, for the writing. So we do have that available for you. But Ulana, thank you so much for that kind of really inspiration for us, about your experience and your growth as a writer, and kind of this program and how it gave you this more perspective and how it's changed kind of your maybe approach your thinking about writing. I know that back when I was Ulana's teacher, I definitely worked with her and her peers a lot on writing. I know she has she definitely knows how to write an opinion essay, but it's absolutely beautiful to see her be able to write such expressive stuff, especially about about types of maybe potential social issues and things that are in Kazakhstan, and creating kind of awareness for that. Really just incredible what you can do with writing as a form of expression for yourself. So really beautiful. So thank you, Ulana. Thank you, Lashyn. So we're going to do a little Q&A now, so that way we can take some questions from all of our participants, and kind of together we'll try to provide a response for everybody the best that we can. So yeah, participants, so if you guys have questions right now, we'll be glad to go ahead and answer those for you.
Yes, let's see what we have on a chat box. Also, I'd like to remind that you can raise your hand and ask personally, directly from the speakers. We have a lot of appreciation words. Our participants said thank you to the speakers. Awesome, good job. I really enjoyed your essay. I think it's for Ulana. And Lashyn, if you did mention, there was other appreciation words for you and words that it was amazing and awesome. Zamzago asking, do you need to be born with this talent?
Well, so maybe, I don't know, maybe we can hear this. So first, how about Lashyn? What about you?
Oh, actually,
What do you
you
think?
need to be born with this talent. As I mentioned before, no one knows how talented they are until they do something best. They see something best in themselves. But you should discover your talent. I think most of people find their talent with doing the things they love. If you love music, then you can do it. Try, you can sing, you can play on some instruments, or you can even be a DJ, or you can just collect some musics and do some music album. Why not? This is also talent. In my opinion, uh, born with talent, it can make sense. However, until you find your passion and find your talent, you can't say I was born with this talent, because when baby born, no one knows what talent it does he or she have, right? So
Yeah.
what is your opinion?
I definitely, so, it's kind of interesting because, my being a career changer, when you're talking about talent or kind of passion or kind of interest, you may have it always there from the beginning, but maybe, you don't have that knowledge of yourself yet. Knowledge of oneself is so powerful, especially in, discovering your talent. It could be there the whole time. For me, I mean, I love the music, but maybe it really wasn't, completely for me. But did I suddenly one day like realize about teaching? I mean, I've always had kind of this passion, this interest, for teaching. Always, when I was a bank manager, I still loved to teaching. I had that there. So it's interesting. So talent, you know, every single one of us has a talent, but we just maybe some of us are more aware of what that talent is than others. And that's what we really need to figure out is, we need to learn more about ourselves so we can discover and utilize that talent for, for growth and for sharing and for inspiration for others. But yeah, so yeah, nice question. And thank you, Lashyn, for the answer. I see we had another question here. Looks like here from Zemzagul. So where do you
Yes.
get the idea for plots of your stories? Is it your personal experience? I think she's talking here to Ulana because Ulana is the talented writer here. So Ulana, so where do you get the ideas for your plots of your stories?
Well, I know that when you're writing something, it is an obligatory that it's not the topic that you're not interested in. So as for me, I really love animals, and I don't like zoos. So this was the idea of me, like, why don't I write about the problem of zoos when I was submitting my story for the BTL? Then my mother, she bought a book called I don't remember its name, but it was a collection of stories of victims of domestic violence, and actually read it with her. So I was very concerned about this problem in Kazakhstan. So I decided to write about it, and I don't think that I just have a lot of inspiration from something, but when I see something is going wrong, I think that I can write about it. I can express my thought about it with my writing. So that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. I don't. That's I've done some writing. I definitely enjoy teaching about writing, and and I've enjoy, being able to help kind of inspire or encourage other English language learners in Kazakhstan to be able to use writing as a vehicle, as a means, as a way of expression. And writing can be powerful. Writing, whether it's short and simple, it can still be so powerful. Just simple sentences can help you to express yourself and your thoughts. And the important thing also, yeah, learning English is obviously a very valuable skill. For your own success, professionally, for career wise and things like that. But each and every one of you, as, multilingual, English language learners, you have a really important job of being able to share about Kazakhstan and being able to express your feelings, whether it's through music or if it's through writing or whatever your talent is. Having that English language ability is important for you to being able to be that bridge to other countries and cultures. So it's really important. So yes, it's really good. And wherever you can get those ideas from, yeah, then you can go ahead and share them. Yeah, definitely. Other questions here. Let's see. Do we have some other questions? I think we did here.
Yes,
Okay.
we have.
Let's
It's
see.
also from Zanzagur.
Mhm.
And thank you, Zanzagur, for being so active.
Let's see. Yeah, I do see. Yeah, question we have about. So Zemzagul, thank you. So, what opinion do your parents or relatives and teachers have about your stories? I think we can even turn that into music as well too. So how about, yeah? So we can do music and stories here. So how about Lashyn? Let's go with you here. We'll twist the question a little bit and we'll send it your way. So
Oh,
opinion. So parents' opinion, relatives' opinion, teachers' opinion about your music. Okay. And then
great.
Ulana, then you can talk about writing.
Mm. Thank you for the question. This is really good question. Thank you for it. Actually, I'm a type of musician, type of singer who wrote, who create, who sings for herself. Actually, I can't say, hey guys, this is my song for you guys. Hope you like it. I cannot say something like that because I write songs for myself. I want to create song that I want to hear. Then the people who have same taste like me will like it, will need it. So my parents do not love pop or trap music. They like more jazz, blues. So they have their own tastes. So they do not like my songs, my music, but they still support me because they appreciate my tastes. So when I create songs, when I create beats, I just listen to my own voice, my inner voice. I just write a song that may uh, satisfy me. I just create a song that make me feel happy. Then I publish it to the world. Then the people who have same tastes, who like this music will like it. And I'm really glad that if someone like my music and give me a feedback and say, I like your music, it will give me motivation to make more. Thank you.
And Ulana, maybe you can mention as well then, so about opinions for your writing
Um,
work.
yeah, as for me, I like when my stories have some impact. Like for Traces of Kisses, I know that many people, like the participants of BTL, they knew about the problem in Kazakhstan. So I was very grateful for that. However, when I was writing it, my mother was very concerned. Like, it is very tough topic for a 16-year-old teenager. So she was a little bit concerned about that. But now I'm using my skills in writing science articles, which are also quite interesting for me. So my mother also reads them, and both my parents, my friends, my teachers support me in that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you a lot, and Lashyn for your answers. Yeah, that is, the, potential. It it doesn't matter. We express ourselves, and we can use it as a means if we want for maybe public forum to express things. But or potentially, it's really it's just for us sometimes, and just to help us be able to maybe even just just let out our feelings, and it helps us to feel better. Now I saw one more question. We're going to just do one more quick question, and we're kind of out of time, but so bear with us just a couple more minutes. I just want to mention I saw Zamzago again. So asking, do I teach playing musical instruments? Well, I definitely try to include music into my English language lessons. So because I really do enjoy and appreciate music. I don't teach musical instruments. I don't know if I'm that talented. Maybe Lashyn could. I think maybe she can be a better teacher than I ever could when it comes to music. I'm just going to focus on English language and not music. That's kind of my talent. So, but thank you for that question. And also maybe we can try taking one picture before we cut out to Sultanat. Maybe we can get a group photo.
Sure, let's do it.
Hey everybody, let's do a group photo here tonight. It's Friday night. We're having a good time. It's a party. So let's take a picture. So everybody, please, turn on your cameras, whatever. If you got your little brother, your little sister with you right now, that's okay. If you got your son or your daughter, he's sitting on your lap, that's okay. So turn on your cameras. Let's take a nice photo of everybody, all of our participants. Join us, please join us. We'll take a picture. Maybe we can do some kind of cool kind of pose or something, something kind of fun we can do.
Let's see. We're waiting for you.
Come on, everybody. Don't be shy. Turn on your camera. Turn on your camera.
Want to see you.
We want to see you. All right. We're getting somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thank you. Nur, I remember that I called you today and said about the meeting. I just looked through the list and saw your name, sorry. Okay, good, we have full screen. What about any post? I mean,
let's see here. What can we do here? Are we doing hearts, or what are we doing here? We doing hearts? We doing, I don't know, we doing gosh, I don't know. What do you think? Any
actually, I have information about K-pop because there was comments about K-pop, and today is BTS comeback, as I know, from the album. And to dedicate it, let's do that little heart like this.
There we go. Let's do that. There we go.
Yeah.
Everybody, then we'll take a picture. Smile.
Please make a heart, and I will make a screen. So I will count like 1, 2, 3. Let's smile. Can you hear the sounds that I make?
Yeah, we heard it.
Good. So you know that I take a picture, and it will be the second one. 1, 2. One moment. 1, 2, 3. Cool.
All right. Cool. All right. Thank you. Everybody. I mean, we really just want to thank you for all your time with us. I hope you really enjoyed everything. Really, I mean, thank you again, my two co-speakers, Lashyn, Ulana, really inspirational. Thank you very much. We always appreciate. Thank you, American Corners, Nur-Sultan, Sultanat, for everything that you do. And again, everybody, stay tuned. More details about upcoming webinars. I'll have another one next week, as well as webinars every week in June too, as well. And so check back to American Corners Nur-Sultan for more information about that. Sultanat, do you have any last words or anything to share?
Yes, thank you, August, and thank you, dear ladies, for sharing the information experience of you. And as said, August before, please stay with us, and you can find the information about new webinars in our social media. I will show that's an example of Instagram. It's American Corner NS. And here is the example of that promotion, that reminder about our webinars today, but also in our Instagram, you also have in general information that could be interesting for you in English about World Bee Day that was yesterday, and you can get more information there. So just follow us and you'll get all of this things. And yeah, thank you, dear participants, for spending the Friday evening with us. It was useful and we was inspired. Thank you,
Well,
and see you later.
thank you,
Have a good-
everybody.
Thank
Have a
you.
good evening. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you very much. See
Goodbye.
you next time.